Alexa, turn on red light.
Okay.
The red light is turned on in the hardware setup and in the dashboard of Synric.pro. And Alexa, turn off red light.
Okay.
As you can see here, now we can control the green light as well. Alexa, turn on green light.
Okay.
Now we can also control the brightness by controlling it with like this. Set red light to 50%.
Okay.
Now the red light is set to 50% intensity, and set green light to 30%.
Okay.
The green light is now decreased in its brightness, and we can also see here that we can control these things from Synric.pro dashboard. And this cloud service is very useful in connecting us to the Alexa mobile application, and we can control our home appliances similarly from Synric. Now we will switch to the code and understand how we send data and how we are making connection with the cloud of Synric, and how it's controlling everything. And let's start. So this is the third part of the session, and we are covering Alexa based home automation system, and we have already connected to our Alexa cloud using Adafruit.io and IFTTT in previous two parts. And in this part I will cover the Synric cloud, how it is connected to the service of Alexa and how we can control it, our home appliances and everything using a basic code of Arduino. And let's start it. So the requirements of this project is of course the basic understanding of electronics and the basic coding experience in C. So you need a Node MCU in hardware and Android phone with Alexa application. And if you don't have these kinds of LED, you can use the built-in LED of the Node MCU to perform this project specifically. And if you have these LEDs, you should have also the resistors. The 1k ohm or 330 or 220 is enough, and some jumper wires. So in my project, which you already seen the demo, is connected to two LEDs, the one of which is red one and the another is green one. So in this specific one, in this project, I will control the intensity using my voice commands, and I will also turn off and turn on the LED using it. So the service which we are using right now is Synric. Synric is basically now there are basically two libraries. We will get back to the GitHub and see there. This one is Synric. We need to search first. Okay, so we have Synric and Synric Pro library, this one right here. This one is not official one. I have already started the official one. basically that library, this is the older version, the Synric library, which is not that useful in the scenario, in current scenario, because the developers are moving to the latest version, and this is the older version. I have already logged in with account. Let me log out, and I will this is the version 2. After a month of testing, we are proud to introduce this one, and they will basically migrate after after some time. So you should you don't need to start with this, although it is free. It is free that you can add unlimited number of devices, and in this one, the version 2 one, you can add up to 5 devices only. Fine. So it is also quite good for your project, good for mini project, not too large project, but you can read the documentation, and as you can see here, you can the supported devices are there is a large number of supported devices here. A smart light bulb, temperature contact sensor. Basically this Synric Pro, this library helps you in converting your normal sensors to these smart sensors. Basically your if you have a smart switch, if you have a normal switch, normal push button, you can convert it to smart switch or doorbell by simply using the library, with your node MCU and the sensor you have or the switch you have, and that become Wi-Fi enabled, and you can use it as a doorbell. And in home automation scenario, you need to use not node MCU or because you are working on large current and similar things. So in my opinion, you need to use Sonoff switches. These are the switches. Basically you can make your things Wi-Fi enabled using these types of switches. Okay, so these are internally, these are also uses ESP8266 Wi-Fi controller module, and you need to simply connect these modules to these devices, and the manufacturer of this device will give you an interface, like as you see in here, give you the interface to control the device from over the Wi-Fi from anywhere in the world. So it's quite a useful one, and if you want to control these devices not from the application, also from your voice command from anywhere in the world, you can use Synric Pro but you need to flash the ESP8266 with a new code. So it is quite challenging, but you can do this with these devices. But if you want to create your own, you need to use such type of connections. So a node MCU, a relay module, and the electric component. Here it is bulb, and this is the 240 volt power supply, AC power supply. So you can do that, but if you want to just connect very simple manner, you should use these types of Sonoff switches. These are very helpful in home automation projects. So let's start. So doorbell, motion sensors, smart fan. You can make your fan smart by simply, let me show you the library first, because Synric Pro, let's search it. It's not quite popular right now. It's around 31 stars. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the library. So and this is the first library, which you can see tutorials on this library on YouTube. Many instructors are basically prepared tutorial around this, but this one is depreciated in a few days or few months, so you need to switch to the pro version, the latest version, although it's not free, but you can use it. And this thing is very good, so you should also pay for it because it is good. And this is not sponsored by any kind of Synric Pro, so this is not a sponsored, so I think the service is very good, so I am promoting it. So let's start with the sketch, how we are controlling the lights, our smart LEDs. And before that we need to understand the architecture of Synric, how it's communicating with the cloud. Okay, so let me jump to this one. Fine, expand it. Okay, so here we are sending a voice command to our through our application to the, and this command is directly forwarded to Alexa cloud, and this cloud is connected to a smart device manufacturer cloud, which is in our scenario, in this case, which is Synric. Synric has a cloud basically. They run their service over WebSocket, I think, because I have used the library, and they in the first library, this normal one, the version 1.1, they are using Synric, they are using the WebSocket connection to connect to the library first, the cloud service, the cloud, their own cloud service, which is communicated with, which is directly communicate or listen to Alexa cloud. These both the cloud networks are connected. Okay, so you can control devices from Alexa from voice command, and this command will be listened by this smart device manufacturer cloud, which is Synric. This is listened by the Synric, and Synric will get the data and perform the action according to this sketch. According to the sketch you are uploaded in your Node MCU. Fine. So let me check first. Okay, so this is the whole process, how this works. You have understand the automation part also, and now we need to, if you want to start with this one, the normal the free one, the open source one, you can also do that. Fine, so let's start with this one. So first you need to create a register an account, and after that log in with the same account. As you log in here, there is a API key, this smart home device, you can add it from here, and this Google Home, this is not used in this session, in this tutorial. We are only focusing on the Amazon Alexa, so we need to connect with that. So Google Home Arduino examples, first you need to clone it and download it. Fine, after that let me check the downloaded version, Synric. Okay, so this is the Arduino example. So these are the sketch you can use. So we will use the light example. So we are controlling a LED, so we need to use a light example. So the example, this is the example, light example of Synric normal version 1. Fine, so in this example, this is quite complex, quite not complex, this is a lengthy one. If you are using the Synric, it's quite lengthy, but it's understandable, it's easy. Fine, all you need to do here is you need to API key, you need this API key, SSID, Wi-Fi password, and device ID. Fine, if you want to control the device, and you as we are now, this is our purpose to control the device, so we need that id. And turn off, turn on, turn off WebSocket event. We have various WebSocket event for light, like we can adjust brightness, set color, decrease color temperature, increase color temperature, set color temperature. These are the various operations which we can perform on the light, our normal light, our LED. Fine. So in this specific case, I will perform this one, set brightness. Set brightness will basically, if you check this one, smart home skill API of brightness control, we can set the light to some percent value. It's basically varies between 0 to 100%. Fine. So this is how you control the brightness. And what is the meaning of adjust brightness? This one, second one, adjust brightness. Okay, if you want to get the meaning, proper meaning, click on this one, and I think this both are same. So basically this one means that dim light bulb 25%, which means that the amount by which the change in the brightness, if we are at 100% or we are at 100 value of 100, we will decrease by 30%. So 100 minus 30% of 100, this is the meaning of adjust brightness. So if you want to do these type of activities or these type of voice commands, like if you want to say that red light, dim red light by 25%. So these types of command are only accessible if you define this function, this set brightness, this adjust brightness function. Set power state to on or off the light. Set color, we will not use this one, the set color one. Set brightness will set to a specific value. Set 30%, then the brightness will move to 30%. Set 55%, it will move to 55%. And if you are using adjust brightness, if you are at 30%, and if you increase the brightness by 25%, then it will 55 plus 25% of 55. This will act like this. And adjust the value, there is adjust delta, basically brightness delta. So this is the meaning of adjust brightness. Okay, and action is equal to test. अगर मतलब if basically if we are sending this one, let's add a smart home device, let's add it a red light, let's add it red let's name it red, only red. Fine. Device type light, click on save. The light is added here. Device ID is this one, and this is the test which will be helpful to us in checking the connection if our node MCU is connected to this Synric. Fine. So for this light, I will write this sketch to control everything for that light, for this specific light, the red. Okay, so first we need to start from the beginning. Okay, so API key, I need to check the session. Fine. So has defined API key, we need to copy this one, this API key, right click on this and paste right here, Control V. SSID is the Wi-Fi name which your node MCU need to be connected, so that it can access the internet, so that it can connect to the Synric cloud. Fine. SSID and password should be science. Fine. API endpoint, this one, and heartbeat interval 5 minutes. Okay, so it is ping to that server, to this server Synric.com after every 5 minutes to check the connection, if the connection is still established or not. So we are discussing the sketch. Here I have discussed this one, heartbeat. Now it's this function, this method, word turn on. We will discuss where from where it is called. This is turn off. Okay, WebSocket event, fine. WebSocket event, where should these functions are calling from? The setup method. Okay, so first we are connecting to a Wi-Fi. As soon as we are connected, we get the IP address on the serial monitor. After that, we are connecting to this iot.synric.com at port 80. WebSocket connection is established right now, right here. Fine, right here. This is the fine. Now event handler. So event handler is basically you know about WebSocket that for specific key, for specific topic, we are sending data. Fine. So on event, on something came to some specific topic, we get data, and this WebSocket event is called, which we have already seen. This whole thing, this one, WebSocket type, payload, and length. Basically it's similar to subscribe method in MQTT. Basically there we have a subscription method that will check if the new data is coming, or similarly here also, if some new data come to some topic or something happened in the connection, the type is changed as soon as we are connected, is connected variable assigns true, and the serial monitor will print it with service connected. Fine. And as soon as we get the text, these things will happen. This sketch is basically this if and if is provided here because this sketch will work with both Arduino JSON 5 and JSON 5. This is the dependency of this library, this Synric. You can see right here that this sketch will work if you have two libraries. The first one is the Arduino JSON, and the second one, let me check what is the dependency of this library. They have not mentioned right here, no worries. So we have basically we are using Arduino JSON 6. so this is the thing, we are defining JSON string like this, JSON document string like this one, and after this device ID, it's carrying the payload. Fine. So we are getting the payload, and this payload we are basically parsing it because it is a JSON response, so we need to parse it, and we are using it through Arduino JSON. And Arduino JSON we are making a variable of 1024, and after that we are getting value, because I think it is a string, JSON string, and we are parsing it after converting it to deserializing first and then parsing it. This fine. Okay, this one is a string, and this one is converted to JSON object. So after that we have action is also a action. Okay, action is also returned on the response in WebSocket, and we have value of on. If the on is response is returned, we will call this function with device ID. We will call this function with device ID. Why are we doing so? Why are we calling it with device ID? Because we can use multiple devices, and we can basically manage those number of devices by a single function. So we are calling it with a device ID. and turn on will print the device id with this statement, turn off device id this one, turn on device id this one. Fine, this is the technique. And the device id in our case is this one. Simply copy it, fine, and paste it right here. And you don't need these two devices, these are for extra number of devices, but we are using just single device, so delete it, delete again, fine, set power state, turn on, turn off, this is handled. And now these are the important one, so you need to understand it carefully. So if else if action is equal to set brightness, if the action is equal to set brightness, okay, so the value returned will be, the value returned is in this field value. Okay, so we need to convert, we need to make our own value like this one. For set brightness, the value is 42. That means this is the brightness which we want to set. So we have this value, and now we need to do is set this value in the analog write function, so that we can manage to control the LED bulb. Fine. So first we need to define our LED, which is connected to pin D5. Fine. So define it here, const int red D5. If you don't have the extra LEDs, you can use D0, you can use of course D0 or D4. Fine. If no LED red, we are defined the red, and now we need to define the pin mode of this in setup method. Let's see the scope of it. Okay, it's around this one. So set pin mode of red to output. Fine. So after that, what we need to do here is, we have the value, it's basically not value, it's, let's name it in intensity, it's string. Okay, so we need to convert it into integer. Let's convert it into I. Int I is equal to intensity to integer to int. This will convert it into integer, and now we can easily analog write this integer into our random like this. Now the intensity of this single LED can be easily controlled. And if we have multiple LED, and we need to control the brightness of multiple LED, what should we do? We should use like this one. We should first create a function and pass the device ID there, and we will actually I have already written the code of multiple LED. I have used actually 2 LED, as you can see, as you have already seen in the demo. So I will share the code, but first we are writing the sketch for single one. So we have defined everything right here, and for this one we need to define if turn on function will be called if value is on. Basically this function, this on, will be called when you say the phrase, like you say the phrase like turn on red, this type of phrase. And why are you saying the red, this one? Because you have already set the name as red right in the synric.com right here. Fine. So you need to say turn on red, and this function will be called, and after that this will be printed. we want to not only print it, we also want to digital write it. Digital write, we will make it high, and if anything else will be if we turn off, if turn off command will be sent from our Alexa, then in this socket connection in WebSocket we will receive off. Of course, OFF is received. If we say turn off this one, fine. So we will digital write low, we will low that pin so that it will turn off our LED directly without here we are not controlling it, we are not controlling the brightness, we are directly making it low. And this is the ID, you need to copy it and paste in the turn off function as well. Everything looks great. The brightness can be controlled, the device ID can be controlled, and adjust brightness. Okay, if you want to control it, like if you want to make your NodeMCU to respond, to make response on commands like decrease LED brightness by 30%. These type of commands are not accessible right now, but if you want so this type of command to be working, you need to set the adjust brightness so that you can make commands like dim light by 25%, these type of commands. Fine. This is basically, these commands are defined in the smart home skill API of Amazon Alexa website, developer.amazon.com. Fine, you can access that. From on seeing this sketch is almost complete. Just delete this one, and testing will be if we receive this on the topic of test, if we receive this thing, and this thing is all received when we click on this test button. Okay, so this is don't manipulate this code. This code will be the same, the setup thing is okay, the WebSocket is looping, fine, and this is the heartbeat which we will be sent in order to avoid disconnection during ISP resetting IPs overnight. Okay, so fine. So basically we all know that our IPs are dynamic, our provider will change the IP anytime, and the system, so that the NodeMCU will basically will check for that through this, and this is the way they implement this one. Fine. So we will upload this code and see if our whole thing is working from this dashboard, synric.com dashboard, and let's upload it. So I have uploaded the code, but the second step is to set up the Synric. Basically you need to connect the Alexa cloud with Synric by installing the skill to this application, to this Amazon Alexa application. First you need to basically go to this and click on this skills and games. Okay, and now click on the search icon and search for Synric, SINRIC, and search for it. You get two things of related to Synric. One is Synric, which have 25 ratings, user ratings, and the another is Synric Pro, and we are basically using both of these. So you need to click on this one and Synric and install it and enable it. Fine. it's not that complex. I have already enabled it, so it's showing right now. So we write this and click on this Synric Pro and also install this one. Okay, and after okay, this is the purpose of this is the second step. So you are select you are your everything is right now basically set, and okay, so this is the red. Now to add the device from Synric to this one, click okay, click on this add button. Go to first devices. Right here in the bottom panel there is home, communicate, play and device. Click on devices and click on this add button right here, or add button. Okay, so there are add devices, add group, so click on simply add device, and we are not using these type of smart devices, so we should select other. Okay, so after that click on discover devices, and this will discover device from this account. And how this is performing is basically when we are setting up skill in the previous step, as I have shown in this application, phone application. In the previous step, you need to give the credentials of this synric.com to Amazon Alexa. Fine, so it's searching. It's this Synric device is now added to Amazon Alexa, and this will be searched from here. After this search, it will show a device named red, as we are added this one, which is a light. See it, Alexa found a device called red. Now click on setup device, and if you want to set this device or give this device a group, you can do that by simply choosing a group. And what is the purpose of this is that if you want to control a device, all the smart devices which are connected, which are basically placed in your living room, so you can say like that, if you name the group as a living room, and your command will be turn off living room, all the lights will be turned off from living room. This is the way of selecting group. This is the basically method. So I have a group called lights, so that every light will be in that group. So I will choose the group which is lights. This is the custom group, you need to create this. Okay, I have already created this, so add to group, click on this one, and red added to lights. This is not a compulsory step, so you can ignore it too. So if we click on all devices, we have red, green light and red light. These two, red light and green light, are basically from my previous the demo which I have already shown you, and this red one is currently added. Okay, so let's say some command and control the LED and see if it's working or not. Okay, so after uploading the sketch, after uploading this sketch, this is the Wi-Fi is connected, waiting for commands from synric.com. Okay, so we need to turn on our hardware setup. There is a bug in this code which we have written. Basically we return the intensity, and we are basically passing it to analog write, and we know that analog write will have value between 0 to 255. 0 is the minimum value in which the LED is turned off, and 255 the LED is at full brightness. Okay, so and this intensity is returning value from 0 to 100%, basically 100, 0 to 100 in integer. So we need to map it. Okay, so we need to use a function map, so that we can map this intensity, and we need to use a mapped intensity. Using a function called map, which will first parameter will be I, which is the intensity, which can be between 0 to 100, and we need to set it to basically 0 to 255. I think this is the syntax. Let me check it. I have already written the code. Okay, this is the same syntax. So I will share this code for two LEDs, and in this one we have created a specific set intensity function in which we are passing device ID and intensity to control multiple LEDs, the brightness of multiple LEDs basically. So okay, and device ID of servo, we are not using this servo one right here, this is just so okay. So for debugging purpose I have also written this one line, set serial.println set brightness to plus intensity. So let me upload this one and come back. So we are connected now, and you can see the hardware setup, and now I will make some commands to turn on and turn off and set brightness of this red light, this one. Okay, so you can see the serial monitor of our which is running on COM port 4. So waiting for commands for synric.com, and we will send it by Alexa turn on light.
Okay.
So basically you can see here, turn on device ID, this device ID, it is 5E-AE2. okay, and this is the same device ID which you can see right here. And I have changed the name of red to light because it's giving some error, it's not getting getting appropriate response by Alexa. So I have changed the name of the device of to light. Fine. So let's see the serial monitor, and now Alexa turn off light.
Okay.
The light turned off, and now we will set some brightness. Alexa set light to 50%.
Okay.
Now you can see here the serial monitor is also updating right here, it's 50% brightness, and we will lower it more. Alexa set light to 30%.
Okay.
The brightness decreases more, let's make it 1 or 2%. Alexa set light to 2%.
Okay.
Now the bulb is so dim, and it's very dim. At 0% the analog light will be basically 0, and it will turned off, or we can also turn off by saying that turn off the light, like this phrase, Alexa turn off light.
Okay.
So this is how it is working for single LED, single light. And you can also do it with your this pin, this T0 pin right here, by simply configuring not by D5. As you see here, it's connected to D5, this LED is connected to D5 pin. And if you want to use if you don't want to set up this whole connection right here, you can simply place D0 instead of D5 in our Arduino sketch. Fine. So this is how we connect from synric.com. It is version 1 and it's working fine current, and it supports unlimited number of devices. Now we will move to Synric Pro, which is the advanced version, and in which we can visualize things. We can't visualize things here. It's not a platform or cloud, it's basically a service that connects us to Alexa cloud. Okay, so let me first turn off this window capture. Okay, so we have discussed this sketch, this Alexa Synric. Okay, so we have discussed this sketch light example, and I have changed something, so these things to adjust the values. And now I will share this sketch, this one, Alexa underscore Synric. This will modified version of that sketch which we have written in this tutorial, and in this we can control two lights. Fine. And the intensity will be controlled according to this function, this method. You can go through this sketch on your own, and you will understand the how it's working, because we have already discussed everything around one light, and you can easily understand it around two light. Fine. So we will discuss Synric Pro first, because the session will too long for that. Okay. So first we have this sketch, Alexa underscore Synric Pro. Okay. So in this sketch, this is the modified version of this sketch. If you want to first import the library of Synric Pro, you don't need to install, you don't need to download the GitHub repository of Synric, which we have done in the previous case. Now what you need to do here is to work with this library. All you need to do here is that simply go to this sketch, include library, click on manage libraries, and simply search Synric. It will update it. So it's updating right now. We will close these applications. Light example. Okay, this is the sketch we have written right now. So we don't need to save it, because I have already written for two LEDs. You can get it. Fine. And this one. So simply type here SINRIC, and this is the library 2.3.0, the latest version. Install it. I have already installed the library. So after installing it, you get some examples sketch. Simply go to file, examples, Synric Pro, and you have these examples. You can control blinds, that is your window shield or window the window cover. Okay, basically the windows, or contact sensor, dim light switch, doorbell, fan, garage door, light, lock, motion sensor, power sensor, speaker, switch. Okay, so these things can be controlled using this library. So these things, basically what this mean is that you can create things using sensors, and use any Wi-Fi module, NodeMCU, or any similar kind of Wi-Fi module like Wemos D1 Mini or any ESP32. It will work with any of those libraries and upload any of these sketch, and it will work fine. But if you see here, there is a doorbell. This sketch will basically what it's doing here is, it will it uses a push button. Okay, input pull up push button, where it is connected to pin 0, which is D3 of NodeMCU, which means that if you click on the push button at pin D3, it will basically send a signal that will generate a voice command at Alexa end. So to turn on your device to follow the response of these types of command, you need some Alexa device. Basically you need to use Amazon Echo or Dot, so that you can use this sketch, and you can perform action of doorbell. Like you want to hear what you want to hear, you need to send data, and you want to make response by Alexa using that data, and which is not possible. The reverse is possible, in which the Alexa voice can be performed via sensor, but sensor action can't be performed by Alexa. In case of mobile application, this can't be performed in case of mobile application. You need some actual device of Alexa Dot or Echo, so that you can perform the following actions of doorbell or doorbell voice of ding dong. That is, you can see this right here. So don't waste your time in doorbell sketch. Okay, simply go to example Synric Pro and switch to the, we are controlling the lights, so we will jump to light. This is the program, this is the code, whole code. But in this code, basically setup Synric Pro, there are many callbacks here, and we need to use only power state and brightness. We need to change brightness, and we are using these two callbacks and these two features of smart light of Alexa, controlling by Alexa. So delete this and delete all the functions, like delete this function defined anywhere in this sketch, delete this function, delete this function, delete this function, and this one, everything related to it. Fine. So after deleting this, your sketch will be minimized to this one, Alexa, this one. This is not very long. This is, I think it's 100 to 120 line of codes, not more than that. And before all these things, you need to set up account on Synric Pro, portal.synricpro.com. First I need to log out. So this is the website, portal.synric.pro. I think it will redirect us to, okay, it's going to the main page, it's not redirecting us to the login page. Okay, it's login page. Okay, so make account by clicking on register and simply log in here. So after logging, you have not these type of devices right here. I will delete it and start from beginning. Delete this one and also delete this one. Okay, it's lonely here. Okay, fine. So we have dashboard, devices, room, credentials, activity log, account, these whole things. But what is important to see here is device, which we need to add. Click on add device. All these fields are mandatory. Set red light, description can be smart light, device type is of course LED, which is smart light bulb. There are many things which can be controlled, like thermostat or this temperature sensor, which is the popular one. You can control that and you can send data of temperature sensors to your Alexa. And we can control bulb, doorbell, all these things, fan, everything. Smart lock, and smart lock not to be all you need to do here is create a smart lock by using the Wi-Fi module and using your sensors and upload the code according to it and modify it with your purpose, and it will be open or close by the voice command. This is the purpose. So smart light bulb, device access key is default, fine. Room, you need to define room. Okay, so click on the next button and send a push notification to my mobile when this device. So this is the when this device connect, a push notification will notify on this application, and when this device turned on, click on save and the device will be added here. Okay, so we have a description, smart light with this ID, and this ID will be helpful in making connection. So first you need to go on to this credential section and app key and app secret, copy it from here, copy this app key and paste it in this app key section right here. This is the same key, and in app secret paste right here. This is the app secret, copy this app secret like this, and it will be pasted after that in this field. So after that you need to define the light ID, basically ID, or you can say it device ID, basically this one, copy from here and paste it right here. So this is the sketch which is for 2 LEDs. So we are defining one more light ID. So after that we are defining the red light pin D5 which is connected to D5 and green light which is connected to D6. If you don't have these types of these external LEDs, you will use D0 and D4 which are the built-in pins of NodeMCU. Fine. So this is on power state function, which is the same function which is in the previous sketch, which will be called when the device will be turned on or turned off. Command will be received from Alexa. Like if we receive red light turned on, Alexa, red light, turn on the red light. This type of command will trigger this function, will basically send a message to the NodeMCU through WebSocket. This sketch is also using WebSocket. You can see that nodebug underscore WebSocket, because I don't think they are using some another protocol. So red light turned on and the digital red pin will be high. Else if we have this state which is false, if the state is false, we will be low. That is, if we receive the command red light turned on, this is the case, and if it is low, this is the case. The same for the green light. Fine. Bool on brightness. This is the last thing we are discussing in this tutorial, that how to change the brightness. It is same. So let's jump to setup method. Okay, we are defining the pin modes of both the lights. Setup Wi-Fi, setup Synric Pro. Synric Pro will be set up right here. So we are using 2 lights. In the default sketch we have only this one, but in this sketch which I have written, I have used MyLight 1 and MyLight 2, and for both of these smart Synric Pro lights, we are using same callbacks. And how do we define, how we differentiate between the both of lights? But so we are differentiating both the lights by device ID field, because after calling those callbacks, this is the parameter. The first parameter can be helpful in to differentiate both the devices, and we will set intensity or brightness according to the light. And this is the map function which we have already defined, and the mapped intensity will be put like in analog right function. It is fine. And loop function we have Synric Pro dot handle. This will handle the connection, all the stuff related to Synric Pro communication between the NodeMCU and the cloud service of Synric. Fine. So basically in the backend of Synric, they are communicating with the service they are communicating with that service which I have already installed on our Amazon Alexa, which is called let me check. It is called Skills, Synric Pro Skills. You need to download that skill and download that skill and connect that skill with this account by logging to this account right here. Simply you need to pass the login credentials which you have set to this account, this Synric Pro account, to the skills in Amazon Alexa application, phone application. Fine. So this is how you can communicate and connect, and I have already give you the demo of red light and green light in the beginning of this tutorial. So I will share the sketch, you will get to know everything. And before finishing this IoT session, I want to say you that you can subscribe this channel for IoT related content, and thank you for joining me. Thank you.